storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
So Storm Chasers today, we got a man here that was part of one of the biggest group of the 90s. If you were not a 90s baby, I guarantee you you need to go back and listen to this to hear what real music is, because today's music is missing it. All right, so this is Treston Irby from High Five.
Yo, what up, Star? What's good, baby?
How did you guys get together?
One of the previous members had got into a little legal issue, you know what I'm saying, doing the recordings of the first album, and you know, the record company, which was Jive RCA at the time, you know, they still wanted High Five to keep going, you know, and the management they had auditions all over the country for, you know, another singer to put in the group. Hence where I come in at. I was going to Stevenson High School in the Bronx in the BX, and I was singing in the gospel chorus, and one of my boys named Damon, he's the one who told me about High Five, that, you know, that one of his guys that he knew, that the management was looking for a singer and stuff like that, and that they was coming to the gospel chorus, you know, the gospel show that we had or whatever. And I was like, yeah, you know, tell them to come through or whatever, you know.
Okay.
Apparently,
how old are you at this point?
I was probably just 16, probably. Yeah, okay. I was probably 16, get ready to turn 17.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, straight from military school too. But anyway, so they came to Stevenson High School when I was in the gospel chorus, and I suppose that they heard me sing and everything. And then I got a call from from the old manager saying that they wanted to meet up with me, you know, on another day so I could sing for them or whatever. You know, they didn't say sing for them, but they said they wanted to meet up with me another day. And I'm like, all right, you know, cool, you know, whatever, you know. It for me, it was going one ear out the other, you know what I'm saying? Coming from New York, you know, you're hearing people saying that they got a group or whatever. It's like, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We'll see what's up. And but yo, they wound up coming to the block. I remember getting a call on a landline, you know, in my mother's house, saying that they downstairs, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And they had one of them cell phones, you know, the gray cell phone, the long cell phone.
The big old,
first
like
one, the big joint. Yeah. So I guess they called me from one of those. I seen it in the car when I went downstairs. But, you know, so I wound up going downstairs. And they had like a Sahara, one of them Jeep Saharas, a champagne color, you know, the greenish champagne color with the spare tire on the back. With the top down, and was sitting with the top off, and it was sitting kind of low. So, you know, sitting on them things too, and it was sitting kind of low. So, you know, I was kind of impressed by that. You know, I was like, dang, all right, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They put me in the back seat. They asked me a couple of questions, and just to make a long story short, then they asked me to sing something. So I sang like, I don't know, probably like a verse and a half, or two songs or something like that. And then one of them was like, yo, this is him right here. He got the look. I like his personality. This is him. Then the other one was playing like, yeah, you know, all right, you know, we'll get back to you.
Be reserved and stuff. Not
yeah. It's cool though, but I didn't take it serious though. To be honest, I was just like, whatever, you know. Then like 2 days later, man, I got a phone call, man, talking about, yo, you want to be a part of this group, man? We think you can be a part of this group. You know, we're gonna change your life. And that's pretty much what happened, man. You know. Then they came. I invited them over to my mom's house. We was over in the Bronx at Stevenson Commons in the Bronx on White Plains and Lafayette. You know. So I invited them over to the house. They came over to the house and everything. And I introduced them to my moms, and you know, my mom's was like real reserved about it. She wasn't really trying to hear that shit, you know. She was like,
that's what I'm saying, because I'm like, you were singing gospel, so I'm thinking moms probably thought you would go the gospel route, but now you talking about R&B, like.
Well, my mom's was more. It was well, my mom's. It wasn't even more of that. It was more like who these niggas? Excuse me. Who these cats coming? You know, to my house. You introducing me to these cats coming to my house. Talk about they want you to be a part of a singing group, and you ain't finished high school, and they want you to move.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You her baby. She like you her baby. She like, I gotta trust you with these people that I don't know to be in. Man, how did that go?
It didn't go too good. You know, it didn't go too good. You know, mom was really like, she really wasn't having it. Like, you know what I'm saying? She really wasn't really for it, you know? Even after talking to the two managers up at the house, she really wasn't having it. You know, my mom's boyfriend was there, my uncle was there, everybody was there that didn't know nothing about the music industry was at my mother's house. You know what I'm saying? To listen to these two guys that's in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is hood smart, street smart, you know what I'm saying? Like that, you know, looking at it like that. Meanwhile, you got these two fast talking industry cats, you know what I'm saying? Saying things and talking fast and slick and all that. You know, we catching on to some of it, but not all of it, you know, at the end of the day. But you know, like I said, mom wasn't having it really. So I had to take mom in the room after they finished discussing, you know, talking, you know, all these promises and things of that nature. I wound up taking my mom's in my room and not giving her ultimatum, but pretty much saying to my mom, you know, hey, we don't know unless we try, you know, we really don't know what's going to happen. And the worst thing is not to try. And I see these guys, you know, and now I'm watching video music box or something, you know, and I see the video, I'm going to be mad at you, Mom. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to be mad at you for a long time. You know, it's not that. And I said something like that to that effect, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to grow up feeling a certain way about you. You know what I'm saying? You say no. You know, my mom being who she is, you know, she decided to let me try and fulfill it, you know?
Okay.
And so it was funny, man. Like 3 days later, I'm watching Ralph McDaniel's video music box. You know, you got to turn the bottom channel, then you put on the UFH, and then you got to, and then you got to turn the thing. You know, so yeah, so I finally got into video music box. Like, okay, finished the line, stopped rolling. You know, then I started seeing the video. I took you back, right? Yeah, you know, and then next thing you know, it Just Can't Handle It video came on, man. And that shit blew my mind.
Tell us the feeling. Tell us what you were thinking.
It blew my mind. Like I'm in my room, and I'm like, yo, that's them. That's high five right there. We just talking about these guys 2 days prior. Then I see the video, and I'm like, yo. Call my mom. My mom was working at the time. I'm like, yo, Mom, for real. Yo, I'm looking at the video right now. I'm calling on the landline. You know, there wasn't no cell phones. I called on the landline in the kitchen, on the kitchen phone. So, yo, I just see the video, the video, because they left us the video on VHS tape and a whole bunch of record covers and stuff. You know what I mean?
So you could get familiar. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I get familiar with what's going on and watch the video over and over. And I watched it for 2 days, you know, wishing and dreaming and thinking and like, damn, like I'm really gonna be a part. Then I seen the video 2 days later. I was like, yo, I called my mom, like, yo, the video we was watching is right here. On, you know, they rocking it on video music boxes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's like, word. I'm like, she ain't say word, but I'm like, word. She's like, for real? I'm like, yeah, yo, I'm looking at it. So, yo, you know, then at that point, it was a done deal in my mind. I'm like, I'm going, yo.
I'm doing that. I'm a part of this.
You know, it's a no-brainer. Then, I say the following week, they took me over to Jive so I could meet the heads that jive. You know, so I met the heads that jive and all that. They cut a little demo. My first time in the studio like that. You know,
how did you perform your first time in the studio?
I was shaky. You know, I was kind of nervous, to be honest. You know, seeing all the equipment and stuff like that. It being my first time, but I did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? I did what I had to do. What was asked of me to do, I did it. Then after that, I guess that was cool. Then and then like 4 days later, I met two of the members of the group, which was Tony and Russell.
Yeah.
Those are the first guys that I met from my FI. They came down because they had to do some interviews, and only two of them came to New York, and then the other two, they wound up. I think they had something to do in California. They split them up, so that they could cover both regions at that time, because they was really on some high promotion, promotional things.
I mean, back when record labels used to actually like put money behind their artists. I just want to remind.
Oh yeah. We had real artists.
Now they don't, but they did.
Yeah. Well, now you gotta come factory ready now. They want you to come factory ready pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Especially with, streams, and you got YouTube and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to have your numbers up before they even looking at you,
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But back then there wasn't no social media. So, we wound up chilling. And then I remember they wanting to go out to a club in New York, and here we are. Tone was probably like 14 going on 15. I was 16 going on 17, but we wound up, and my uncle, he was kind of big, at that time. And he was like acting security, you know what I'm saying? And we wound up going to a New York City club, man. We wound up going into a club, and my uncle had bought the not the CD, but the album covers. You know what I'm saying? The big album covers, the big square joints. And my face wasn't even on it. You know what I'm saying? So I felt kind of weird, but I still was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm part of the group. Hey.
I'm part of the group. All right, they're gonna take new pictures sooner or later. I'm rocking.
Right.
So it took us a long time for us to get into a club. But at that age, back in those days, man, we got in, man, with no ID. You know what I'm saying? With only one song that wasn't even charted. You know what I'm saying? And my uncle managed to talk the security into letting us in. And let's just say, bro, that was my first time really in a club too. So
you got women, you got liquor, you got everything.
Everything was there, man. Everything was there. The music was loud. They was playing house music. It was one of those type clubs. The Spanish and black joints was in the building. They was there. Straight New York style, man. Back in the 90s, man. With what I'm saying, the curly hair. You know what I'm saying, that wild Amazon looking look with the baggies pants and all that, looking crazy fly, yo. Like what?
Because we got to keep it real. New York fashion is the trendsetters. Y'all said the follow after. That's facts.
Yo, it was straight facts right there, and it was straight, and it looked like New York, like it was New York in the club, bro. Like back in those days, it was New York in there. You know what I'm saying? So I remember, we hanging out, me and Tone and Russ, my uncle, we was just hanging out, man, having a good time, not doing too much dancing. They really wouldn't let us in the VIP, but you know, we found a little chill, little area to sit and all that. I don't know how my uncle wound up getting us drinks. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that happened. We wasn't popping no bottles then, but you know, we had gotten drinks, you know, in the cups and stuff.
Okay.
And you know, my boys, they wanted, you know, they came to New York, so they, you know, they wanted some, you know, they want some extra curriculum activities, you know, to go back to the room and all that. And me, you know, I'm from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? And I'm 16. There's only so much I was doing at 16, you know, in the
Of
Bronx,
course.
really, you know,
Of
I'm just
course.
being real, you know, humping around, you know what I'm saying? That's probably what was really going on, you know what I'm saying, at that age, you know, skipping school and shit, you know.
Yeah, that's about it though.
But let
You
me
went
tell
into
you
the
though,
crazy stuff. Yeah, well, you don't even know what you're doing at that point. You just kind of
I'm just saying, straight humping, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Straight humping. But anyway,
I was gonna say hunching, but I'm country, so I was gonna say hunching.
but we make a long story short, you know, I learned a lot that night. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's where we started. I guess that was the first day we started our high five secrets. You know what I'm saying? Between high five is high five. You know, it was a bonding situation that happened that night. You know, you know what I'm saying? And you know, if you ask me how you turn 2 beds into 4, you know what I'm saying? You just remove the first top. Somebody got to have the box springs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, it went down and it went down and dirty. It was down and dirty. You know, nobody. Well, you know, our peoples didn't leave till like 9 in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah. We didn't leave the club till like 5, 6. The sun was out. You know what I'm saying? That was then. You know, the sun was out. I don't know if it was the tunnel we was at. I think it was probably the tunnel, but it was like 6 in the morning. All I know, the sun was out when we got in the cab, yo. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so you know, yeah. So we went back to the room and we kicked it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I think now that I think about it, they probably didn't leave till like 11 in the morning. You know, the homies had a flight like I think. And I'm being for real. Their flight was probably like at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They had a late flight, and you know, we chilled, we kicked it, man. And then I wind up going to Waco 3 days later after that.
Okay, so I gotta stop you there because you know I got some questions about that. Right off the bat, man. I'm just trying to imagine how many of y'all probably made babies on the road. Just keep it real. It's okay. How many of y'all made babies?
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? I said that. You know, that's how we rocking today. No babies, man. No babies on the road, man.
From you, at least.
From none of the group members, man.
Wow.
None of the group members, and maybe some practice, but you know, none of the group members had any babies on the road. Everybody had kids at home per se.
At home, all right.
Did their thing at home. Nothing on the road. No stories. No baby stories. You know what I'm saying? On the road,
okay.
on the road. But you know, maybe some trial and errors. You know what I'm saying? But you know, maybe I don't know. I guess you know. I'm just saying maybe, perhaps.
Right.
Know.
I'm just saying, especially when you got clout like y'all had back then. It's like, man, everybody wanted some of y'all. So you get to Waco. Obviously, Waco looks a lot different than Brooklyn. Let me say this too. I'm really happy you cleared that up because the internet got all that information like twisted and confused. That's why I love to actually talk to the people. So you learn the actual like timeline of it. So you get to Waco, Texas, man. What'd you think when you got there?
I mean, coming from the Bronx, yo, it was different. You know what I'm saying? It you know, it's my, you know, shout out to Waco. Waco, that's like my second home. You know what I'm saying? That's my home away from home because I lived out there and I went to school out there. But you know, it was different, man. You know, it wasn't it wasn't fast. It wasn't fast. You know, it didn't have that. It wasn't New York. You know, it was
It didn't
slower.
have that edge.
You know,
it didn't have that edge to it.
Nah. It had its own different swag. You know what I'm saying? It had its own different swag. It wasn't New York though. It was, like I said, it was slower. It was cool. It was just different. You know, the people there was cool. You know, I made a lot of friends out there.
Okay.
You know, the girls out there was cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? They man. It was like you know, like I said, coming from the Bronx, man. You know, you see, coming from the Bronx, you see a lot of you know, there was, you know, in the Bronx they have a whole there's a whole melting pot in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? You see white people, Indian people, you know, black people, Puerto Rican people. You know what I'm saying? That's what's out there in the BX. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Are you struggling with hair growth issues? Or are you ready to finally be able to actually put your hair in a real ponytail and not that little knob? Have you found that beauty supply products leave your hair dry, flat, useless, and dull? And are you ready for a change? And if you are, you need to try some MOOMOO grease. This product was created for us, and nothing will change about your hair if you don't change your regimen. This product can be used in old people, young people, it doesn't matter. The products are 100% vegan, and all of the information for MOOMOO grease is down in the description box below.
All that.
Right.
But in Waco, it was like you had some Mexicans, you know, and you had, you know, black people, and you had, you know, white people too. You know, it was pretty good. It was pretty cool. The white girls was thick as hell though, bro. They
In Texas, oh yeah.
Yo, fam, I ain't know. I'm just from the Bronx. I ain't see that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't see that from the Bronx, man. You know, you just, you know, you go to Manhattan and maybe parts of Brooklyn. You know, you see it. You know, in the Bronx they was there, but you had to like you had to like really search for that. You know what I'm saying? But in the cold, yo, in Waco in Texas, man, they had that little. They all had a man. Yeah, that was. Yeah,
that's,
man.
That's the South, man. Some in that water, they do be like that.
Yeah, man. There was some stallions out there, yo. The white chicks out there I ain't never seen nothing like that before. It kind of blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the Bronx, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, it was cool, man. You know, they treated me with mad love and you know, it seemed like the whole town knew I was from the Bronx. The whole town. You know, I stood up like a you know, like a needle in a haystack, you know what I'm saying? No, not even a needle in a haystack. I can't say that, but
because they like, wait a minute. I know they probably heard you talking. Then New Yorkers, they
yeah. The New York lingo and all that came out and all that. But I stood out like a sore thumb. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? I stood out. You know, my whole swag was different. The way I talk and carry myself was different. And plus, you know, Waco it's not that big, and High-Five, you know, they're a big group in Waco, you know, right. So they all knew I was coming before I got there.
So what I wonder is, okay, you moved to Texas. I'm assuming at this point you guys had already signed a contract, right? Or your mom had to sign it for you?
Yeah, at that time, yeah, you know, I signed. My mom signed too, you know, because I was too young. You know what I'm saying? To sign for myself, it had to be a guardian as well.
Okay.
And that was taken. That happened prior to me really leaving. You know, that had to be taken care of before I left. You know, that happened during that week where I cut that demo. That's when that happened. Okay. I was just speeding fast forward. You know, I was, you know, trying not to speak on everything, you know, so that got by me. But that's when that happened, you know.
Nice.
During that
okay.
time.
So so now looking back, now that you have had all this experience in the industry, do you feel like you signed a good contract or a bad contract?
When you think about it, it was a bad contract, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a contract like people probably started signing in the past 10 years. It wasn't like that. It was probably your standard 90s contract. You know what I'm saying? Where you know, all the groups pretty much got their ass, you know, handed to them, you know, in the 90s, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you didn't know no better. If you didn't know no better, had anybody in your corner to say don't sign, you know, you're thinking you're doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's understandable.
And that's it. And then at a certain age, it's like when I got into it, you know, I'm not gonna front. I really wasn't really paying attention to the business part like that. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get on the stage and wear the clothes and sing and have fun like that. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't. The business part didn't hit me until much later. You know, like to start really paying attention to the business. Didn't hit me
your money. Yeah.
Because
it's like y'all make all this money, you know, and a label, they keep what they keep, and then it's like, okay, y'all gonna split this 5 ways. It's like,
yeah. It was just that. It was just that. You know, the label kept what they made, and they kept what they recouped. You know, that word recoup. I tell everybody, make sure y'all learn that word if you try to get in an industry or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You sign to a label if you happen to be one of the lucky ones to sign to a label now, or even if you have your own label, the way people do it now. You know, you got to remember what's recoupable and what's not recoupable, and what the word recoupable mean. And I didn't know. I didn't know about that word, you know. So we spending a lot of money doing a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And come to find out that you actually paying for it. Yeah, it's got to be recouped. Yeah. And once again, I wasn't paying attention to words like that. You know what I'm saying? So when they moved me to Waco, well, Hewitt, which is a sub-city right outside of Waco, you know what I'm saying? Like right outside. They got me a townhouse for me and Tone. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Recoupable. You know, here I am thinking, you know, that, you know, didn't really know that we was paying for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like you just ain't gotta pay. You ain't gotta pay for it now, but later on, you gotta pay for it.
Right. And you know, they got us a car to get around. Well, we wasn't driving, but we had somebody a man Dave. He was on the payroll, you know, to kind of chaperone, make sure, you know, we doing what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? He was the older guy, you know, make sure we got to school and all that. We was paying him. Didn't know we was paying him, but we was paying him. They got us a car, you know, a couple of them, you know, a nice Lincoln Town car. Then when that got met, and it was rented. It wasn't even like leased or nothing. Not do I know of. Not do I remember whether it was leased or rented. But anyway, you know, it was between that. That's what I'm saying. You see, it was between that, and then we had like a red Mustang or something like that too. But at the end of the day, we was paying for that. You know, I'm not. You know, we wasn't thinking we was paying for it. You know, I wasn't thinking that we as the group members was paying for it, and that was going to come out of, you know, monies from record sales and stuff like that, you know. But we was paying for that. Everything.
Food, clothes, probably too.
Everything we paid for, you know what I'm saying? Damn. But then you're not really paying attention, you know. We wasn't really paying attention to that like that, you know. But at the end of the year where we seen our statements, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I don't know if y'all seen the New Edition movie when the manager came into the house and they all was waiting for that check. You know what I'm saying? Old boy was
Excited,
like,
bro. They was excited.
yeah, it was excited and everything. Yo, that's real shit, yo. It was kind of like that. My man, the manager, you know, wound up passing out all these papers and shit. We going through it, like, you know what I'm saying? And at the bottom, you looking at the totals, like, what? And then what's left, and then what we sold is like, huh? You
How
know,
much did you have left, if you remember? How much did you
I
have
can't
left?
even tell you. It was something that we was like, huh? You know what I'm saying? For real. You know, and then then you got to split it. You know, then you got to split it 5 ways. You know what I'm saying? That too. So, you know, the object was to, you know, what even that out was us going on the road, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay busy on that road and merchandise and stuff to kind of balance it out a little bit, you know?
Right. And I had always heard that too. That's basically where the artist makes their money, which is being on the road, the merchandise and stuff like that. So I know one thing I do have to ask you, because I'm sure a lot of young artists face this. Did you feel any pressures to take care of your mom and your family members since you were the one that was famous in the family?
Yeah, of course, because you know your family they look up to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, you that one, so it's hard to not want to take care of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I remember on Christmases, my family is big, yo. I have aunts and uncles and everything, and on Christmases, you know, I used to try to get everybody something nice. Everybody.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Something nice for Christmas, and you know.
Asia, your skin looks amazing. What are you doing?
Thanks, girl. I discovered these life-changing products called SOS Creations. I've been using their toning up package, and it has really made a big difference. And they have products for everyone. So if you have dark spots, stretch marks, acne, pimples, sun damage, psoriasis, eczema, or age spots, anything, they have products for you. So you should call them today.
I'm going to call right now.
Call 240-288-3414. That's 240-288-3414. Or visit SOScreation.com.
Especially on Christmas, you know, and most of the time when I used to come home to visit, you know, I try to make sure that I have something nice for somebody, you know, for my family, you know, all of them, you know. So, and it did sometimes it made me feel like sometimes it got to a point where when I think about it, that they was waiting for for it to happen too, though. You know what I'm saying?
They got spoiled. They was expecting it. Yeah.
Yeah, they was kind of expecting me to come through. You know what I'm saying? With something, you know.
So for the upcoming artists, what advice would you give them to like navigate that? I understand taking care of mom or dad or whatever, but it's kind of like, how do you tell people no? Like, nah, you don't even call me like that. Like, nah, I ain't give you nothing. Like, how do you do that?
I think that it's hard to say no, but I think that nowadays in 2020, it's easier to say no. You know what I'm saying? Than back in 89, 90, 91, 92. You know what I'm saying? I think it's hard. It was harder then to say no than it is now. Okay. And also the game changed too. You know what I'm saying? So and people are getting different deals now. You know what I'm saying? So the money has changed too now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got different, you know, and nowadays, you know, especially these new artists, you know, they making some money, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, if they got their own situation and the streaming is good and the pub is good, you know what I'm saying? That pub is good, you know, they're making some money now. You know what I mean? There is no third party, you know?
Right.
The money's coming straight to them now. So it's a lot different from back then. And I think that, you know, that everything evolves and for what you see now, they learn a lot from the mistakes that groups like Hi-Five may have made and other groups back then, leading all the way up. You know, even like when you start from Hi-Five or like you go back from Troop, High Five, then you go into the other era where you got then you got Jodeci, then you got Intro, then you got 112, then it just starts changing over the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Each decade of music, you know, things happen to make this decade learn from all those past decades. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's a little different right now. Right now, you know, they're handling their business right now for the time that's right now. You know, if High Five if there was streaming and social media, you had Apple Music and all that stuff, then, you know, and Instagram and all that, back then it would be totally different too, you know? Like publications was different. You know, you want to see us, you had to go to the store and buy Right On magazine. You know what I'm saying?
But now I can download it to my phone. So I wonder, since we didn't have all that stuff back in the 90s, do you guys get any residuals from the streaming now, or is there any?
Yeah. We still get residuals from streaming now. You know what I'm saying? You know, it had to be fixed like that. You know what I'm saying? But you have to. I'm not gonna lie. We have to go look for it. You know, they're not gonna give it to you. They're not gonna just knock on your door. You know what I'm saying? We had to learn where to go to look for it, like Sound Exchange and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
To get our monies from streaming and stuff like that.
So you had to go look for your own money that was owed to you.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. They don't tell you. You know, if you're not in the game and you're not paying attention to, you know, and going through the motion and paying attention. There was a time where we went through hiatus. You know what I'm saying? Then there was a time where we wasn't on the scene at all. So if you're not paying, if you're not up on technology and on the scene and what's going on, you could get lost in the sauce. And like I said, when it comes to dollars and cents, you know, people they're not trying to look for you to say, yo, you got money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look for it. And if you look for it and say, yo, I think I got some money. You know, and then you start asking around, you know, how can I get my money?
Right.
Then that's when you start learning, you know, certain channels and certain places that may have your money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you do what you got to do, because hell is look, they gonna use y'all forever. They got y'all images forever, so you might as well get your chunk of what they owe you. So taking it back to like when you guys were on the road, I kind of have a theory that like within the group, everybody kind of like falls into a role. Like, of course you do on stage, but I mean like personality wise. So
right.
Did you ever get to a point where like you became like the leader of the group? Were you like the jokester? I'm trying to figure out like who was the slacker, who was the serious one, who was, you know?
Yeah. Well, we all had our roles. You know what I'm saying? Tone. You know, of course, he was the lead. You know what I'm saying? He was the lead, pretty boy Dimples, with the dope vocals. You know what I'm saying? And the dimples and the young one. You know, that was him. You know, that was his thing. You know what I'm saying? Holding down those vocals, the lead vocals, and everything. Myself, I want to say I was just that extra piece. You know what I'm saying? I was the bottom half, you know, of the notes. When it comes to personality wise, I think that I was. You have to come to a High Five show, man. You know what I'm saying? For me to really explain that, because what you see now at a High Five show, I was that then. You know what I'm saying? My presence, I believe that my presence is big on stage. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger on stage, more than on record. You know what I'm saying? On record, I kind of play my role. I stay back. I do my notes. You know what I'm saying? I sing my parts and call it a day. Even now when we record our new stuff, it's the same thing.
Okay.
But when I get on that stage, you know, you know,
You're
oh,
like,
they
you're
don't
gonna
trust
see me.
that.
Yeah,
That's
you're like, you're
trust
gonna
right
see me.
there. You know what I'm saying? There's no question on that. Marcus McDo, he's the all right, man. You know, everything's good, man. You know what I'm saying? He's the cool one, man. He's like, whatever. You know, whatever. You know, he's just the laid back, stay in the back. You know what I'm saying? That was his thing. Just stay in the back, laid back Mac. You know what I mean? You know, his presence is felt though, because he's always the one that's laid back when he do his thing. Whatever, you know, his walk, his swag is slow, you know, slower than everybody. His talk is slower than everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just
That was just him. Yeah.
And it's still him to this day. Yeah, you know, he's still Mac Dude. You know what I'm saying? He's just the cool one. He's not he's not like me. You see, I'm more, you know what I mean? Mac is more like, you know, he's not so, he's not so animated like me. Like, I'm real animated. I'm an animated type person. Like, you know, that's just my personality. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Marcus is more, like I say, he's more laid back and like Chilly Willy, you know? And back then, Russell was like the dancer, you know what I'm saying? He was like the dancer, the guy always took his shirt off, you know what I'm saying, to show his abs, you know what I'm saying? Show his body type deal. That was his thing, you know. And Pooh was back then. Pooh was the sports guy. He could get wild at times. He was the you know, he was the one that spoke his mind. You understand what I'm saying? He spoke his mind. Damn, did you hear that noise? That's my washing machine, man. I hope it didn't come out crazy over there.
Yeah, you straight, man. You straight.
All right. But yeah, man. Pooh, you know, he let it be known, you know what I'm saying? He didn't really hold his tongue back too much. He was that dude, you know what I'm saying? And that was the 5. But we had switched, you know, we switched members like 2 or 3 times. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the first, that's when I first got there.
Right.
Then Russ had left the group. Then we got Terrence Murphy, Don, and he was kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? He was regular, like, you know, he was just a regular cool dude, like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have like nothing, like, you know, he was cool though, you know, he was there, you know what I'm saying? He was a down to earth, cool brother. Then Gil, Gil's another one, man. He was the get naked. You know, he liked to take his clothes off. You know, he was the guy to take his clothes off all the time. You know, and he still is to this day. Still is to this day. You know what I'm saying? He liked to perform with no shirt on. You know what I'm saying? When he does his thing, you know, he don't want no shirt. You know what I mean? So, that was, you know, with the curly hair, with the good hair and all that. You know what I'm saying? That and that's him even till right now today. You know, and you know, that's where we at. You know, back then, you know, we got 2 new members now for what we rocking with right now for the past 8 years. Shout out to my man Farouk Evans and Billy Covington. You know, Billy, you know, he's like the 6'2", you know what I'm saying? Light-skinned brother with the good hair, you know what I'm saying? Girls like to look at him, you know what I mean? And his vocals is tight. The vocals is tight, you know. And Farouk, you know, his vocals is amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? That's him. You know, he's funny. His vocals is amazing. And that I just broke down everybody.
Brought down everybody. That's what I was wondering, because you never truly know when it comes to groups, and then you be like, okay, are they friends? Is it just work, or do they have like individual cliques within the group, which kind of naturally happen with a lot of groups, but it seems
well,
like
we friends now. Now, are you referring to now, or are you referring to back then? What is up
either.
to you?
Yeah,
Well, back then, we was brothers.
Are you living a hectic and stressful life? Between the news and racial stress and trauma, do you find yourself feeling alone and anxious? If so, join our community, Mind, Body, Faith, and learn how to establish daily practices that aid in healing the mind, body, and spirit, like meditation, yoga, prayer, breath work, and journaling. Pause and let your spirit breathe by using our meditation prayer cards and meditation candles when you need to reconnect with God. Start on your new path by taking our meditation quiz, because it's always a good time to meditate with God.
And friends. You know what I'm saying? Not even really business partners and nothing like that. It was more friends than anything. Friends and brothers. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And there was times that I thought it was a clique back then. Me being the only one from the Bronx and 4 people from Waco. You know what I'm saying? So it was the 4 and it was me. Until years went on and I had to, move up in the, probably like not move up, but take it more
As people went
serious.
in and out,
As we was, progressing, but in the beginning, I felt like there was time where, it was me against the world, you know what I'm saying? But I got tough skin. I was from the Bronx. I still stayed in there doing what I had to do regardless, you know what I'm saying? Until, I was able to I felt like I was able to speak on things more, you know what I'm saying? Give my opinion on things more, and things of that and things of that nature. Now we more now in 2020, we are more like we're more brothers than anything. We family, we family, and we are business partners, but we're family though more than anything this go around. And Farouk and Billy, being that they're cousins, you know what I'm saying? They tend to be together a lot,
Yeah. I mean, that's
that
That's gonna be
they
what it
tend to
is.
watch each other's back a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's pretty much it when it comes to that part. I mean, I think myself, Mac, and Gil, we pretty much. I don't think we, I think we just chill like, on an individual tip, say, but Billy and Farouk, they got that, that family, that real cousin thing going on, you know what I'm saying?
So they're gonna see each other at Thanksgiving. It's like,
yeah. They're gonna see even Christmas and all that, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be there. You know what I'm saying?
So 2020 has been a hell of a year. We started off the year with Kobe passing, and it seems like things have just been just crazy ever since. And so one big theme that keeps coming up is, how can I put it? I'm trying to censor myself here. Certain demonic forces in the industry. So you ain't got to say who, but is it true that there tends to be demonic forces in the industry, whether you see them or not?
I think demonic forces is they're everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that, well, I know in the High Five 2020, man, myself, I pray a lot over the group. And that's just me.
Okay.
I pray over the group. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep God in all decision making, in everything that we do. That's just the role that I have now.
Okay.
Because it wasn't that it wasn't that easy for me to put the group back together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All that happened with the grace of God, the blessing of God, leading me and giving me the tools and the patience and the knowledge to put it back together. And all praises go to God, man. So, but that there are demonic forces out there that don't want to see the goodness of God coming to fruition. So that's what they're there for, But the devil's a liar, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And my God is stronger than any devil out there.
Yes.
And I'm a true believer. And this is God's group, actually. So, there's a big battle that have to be fought, and God's gonna win at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So that's how I feel about it when it comes, to answer your question the best way I can. We just got to stick together and as a group and pray and ask God to cover us and cover the group, cover us individually, keep us whole and safe.
Yes.
And to do His will. That's it.
That's it. Those are you guys' intention, which is great. And so, if we talk about today, right before we get into you guys' new projects, I would love to just get your opinion on: do you have a top 5 like R&B lists, but like from current times? Because you know how like with the rappers, they got like these are the new guys that I like. For the new guys you see coming up in the R&B game, like, do you have any that you like? Yeah, I rock with that one.
I mean, I know each group member have their own different, set. But for me, I rock with it. I mean, I like Miguel. I rock with Miguel and offhand. I rock with Miguel, being, on a new wave type deal. It's just Avery Wilson. It's so many. It's a couple of guys right now that are in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not no real. It just is for me. It's about my mood, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just two, just to name a couple. But right. There's some guys out there that are really that are still laying it down like that. That is Jacquees is okay. I don't got nothing. His last album, it was for me. I was like, okay.
I just can't call him the king of R&B. That's gonna
no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when it comes musically and listening to the new guys, you know what I'm saying? I could listen to some Jacquees and stuff. I'm not saying that he's the king of R&B. I mean, there's so many. You got R. Kelly. You got Bobby Brown.
You got
Tank. There's too many.
Yeah,
there's too many. He wasn't even born yet. You know what I'm saying? So we can't really, you know what I'm saying? We can't
Right.
really, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But I can say that, you know, I can listen to his music though, you know what I'm saying, and chill on it. You know what I mean? It's all good. You know, sometimes people, it worked. It did his job, man. By him saying that, did his job, man. That was the greatest marketing strategy of all times. I think one of the greatest marketing strategy of all times. And the thing is, man, he stuck by it, man. He carried that all the way through, man.
He did. He didn't waver. He was like, no, I said
he didn't waver, man. He didn't waver,
Yeah.
man. He carried that and it paid off, man. That was a great marketing strategy to use, you know, to get looks for him. You know what I'm saying? Get his numbers up, some sales. You know, there was some beefs too, but you know, it was beefs that was like whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? The marketing part of it did what it was meant. It did what it was meant to do, and it was meant to, you know, stir some things up and get some record sales and all that. You know what I'm saying? And get his face out there.
I had to go listen just to be like, now wait a minute, now who is this nigga talking about heater? Wait a minute now, let me go.
Yeah, it worked, right? Yeah. So I mean, it was smart, man. Whoever decided to say that shit, you know what I'm saying? They definitely made their money. You know what I'm saying? They paid them well for that. Whoever thought of that, because somebody thought to say that shit. You know what I'm saying? To be that young to say that. I don't think that's in your right mind. You know what I'm saying? I think somebody that's on the team, you know what I'm saying, that's a little bit older, that gets paid for marketing, thought of that.
Yeah, definitely good marketing. So now, to bring it to the day, tell us about some of the new projects that Hi5 has coming up.
Well, you know, without letting the cat out the bag, you know what I'm saying? Just know that Hi5, during this pandemic, we have not been sitting home the whole go round.
Good.
And as soon as matter of fact, I'm gonna send you something in a couple of weeks, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll probably let you be one of the first to get it, so you could. We got something that we have in store for everybody, that we're just gonna throw something out there to people, man. You know, y'all don't gotta pay for it or nothing. You know, it's just something to say, yo, be on the lookout for whatever it is that we do. I'm trying not to say nothing, but you know what I'm saying? We're using the element of surprise this go around. Normally I will be posting things, you know, little signals, little signs that make people be like, what's going on? But you know, just know that yeah,
it's coming. Something's coming. Okay.
I think that people are going to be. Yeah, I'm gonna let it talk for itself. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to do that. But what I can say is that, you know, we definitely have something, a free joint that we're gonna give out, or you know, you can just grab it. You don't have to, you know, pay for it or nothing like that. And I seen some. I seen some stuff, man. I got some other things too. You know, during the years we had an EP too, that came out a couple of years ago that we were selling, and it was real good. This EP right here, Hi5 the EP. You can look it up online, anywhere. Your digital stuff is sold. It's up there. We got 5 joints on there. This is the back of it. This is the front of it.
That's what's up. Especially with the mood in the house with that.
Yeah. You could tell. You know, it was, like I said, it was done a couple of years ago. We got good reviews for it. It did well. It did what it was supposed to do. And like I said, you could go to all the streaming outlets and pick it up, and it's there and everything. So yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? But this new thing,
You excited about it? I can tell. You trying to hold yourself back.
Boy,
yeah.
I wish you didn't even ask that question, man. You know what I'm saying? We good, man. Just everybody, all the fans that's listening right now, just we're gonna act like Mike Tyson in the ring, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna, we don't want to see it coming. We just want the 1-2 punch and knock people out. That's what we're going for. So we training like Mike Tyson right now. You know what I'm saying? And when it's time to go in the ring, we that's where we at right now. And I'm not just, some people they talk. We're not talking about it. So just know that we there. That's it.
All right, now. Last question. Something I've always wondered too.
What's up?
Where's y'all biopic?
Yo, bro. It's funny. We had a couple of people come and approach me for that. It's got to be right. It's got to make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely got to make sense. That's it. It just got to make sense. It's got to be done right. It's got to make sense.
Would you want to be like one of the people to actually cast, I want to be there to cast me. I want to.
I want to cast. I want to cast. I want to do all that. I know myself and Marcus got to be involved. You know what I'm saying? Marcus been there since day 1. I've been there since day 3 per se. You know what I'm saying? So, right. We have to be involved in order for it to work. You can't. It ain't gonna work no other way. You know what I'm saying? Just like how all the New Edition was involved in the New Edition story. Yes. That's why it came out to be such a great film. It was such a great, the way they did it was, I personally don't want nothing, I don't want nothing less than that. It can't be anything less than that. Otherwise, we'll wait. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
Sounds like BET. Sounds like BET need to go and give y'all a call.
I mean, from your mouth to God's ears, man. You know what I'm saying? From your mouth to God's ears. And there's people that want to see it. We have a story. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my man Tony Thompson in heaven. I want to make sure that I say that. There's a story to be told, man. Rock and roll, man, for real. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man. This the real. It's a real high five story. Is real, man.
I can't wait to hear, man. Can't wait
real, man.
And I want to see it raw. That's what I like. Like you just said, that's what I liked about the New Edition story. It was like, even though I knew they had to cut out some stuff for TV, of course, right. But it wasn't. It didn't feel fake. It just didn't feel fake.
It wasn't diluted at all. I think they diluted it a little bit, but it was still strong enough to make you go, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like taking that shot, you know what I'm saying? You drinking some Crown or something, and you got ice in it. Then you still got that. It's like that. Yep. It wasn't too watered down, man. And I watched the New Edition movie all the time. And that and Bobby Brown, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Bobby Brown story, that shit too was. I don't want the High Fives biopic to be anything less than those two. The way they did it, man. The way they did it was great, man. Sometimes you see biopics and it's like, you see something like,
sometimes it's like y'all need to scrap that shit. Like how they did.
Yeah. I don't want High Five story can't be like that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be raw, uncut. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be, because there's a lot of raw, uncut shit that people, make people be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
that's what's up, man. So I'm even seeing, like you said, my mouth to God's ears. I spoke some yesterday, and then the guy hit me up the next day for the interview. So I'm like, all right, I'm seeing almost like, even if they make it a mini series and split it up to like 3 parts, because I don't, how like if it's just a 2-hour movie plus commercials, then it's too condensed. So y'all need probably like 3 parts to split it up.
It's got to be like I said, brother. It's got to be like the New Edition story, man. They split it up. There's no way you could capture the whole high-five thing in 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you got a commercial, so you're only going to get an hour.
Yep.
You know, you got to factor in the commercial. So, you know what I'm saying? There's just no way to do the whole high-five story and be successful in a 2-hour show. It's got to be a mini series. Just like it got to be a New Edition of Bobby Brown, man. It can't be anything less than that, yo. For it to come off and people appreciate it, it's got to be done right like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Well, I appreciate you for coming and speaking with me. This was a good interview here to definitely put some things out there in the atmosphere. Now, if you get the call next week, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna tell you, right? I'm
gonna need to know. I'm gonna be like, wait a minute, now I'm a little powerful over here. If I can make that happen, I'm kidding.
You know, but your boy gonna tell you. Shout out, before I forget, shout out to my girl Gigi, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout her out, man. You know what I'm saying? And Gigi Products, man, and all that, man. I gotta give her a shout out, man. That's my girl, man, from around the way, man, from the block, man. Shout out to Gigi, yo. And
That's what's
shout
up.
Shout out to the rest of the boys, the rest of the fellas, Mac, Gil, Farouk and Billy. 2020 high five. Rest in peace to my man Tony Thompson. Shout out to the BX. Shout out to Waco. Bronx Most Wanted Entertainment is the company. And that's what it is, man. And when you get a chance, yo, you know, get yourself a high five mask. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, he got the. You know what? I want one. Where can I get that? Where my phone?
Saying? Get yourself a high five mask. All you gotta do, just tell your peoples. All they gotta do is just go to Cashapp, Bronx Most Wanted, ENT, and these are $25. You know,
okay.
Don't forget to add your address so we can send it to you, and get yourself one of these sparkling, blinged out high five cloth joints. You know, it's all good.
Okay, make sure
you know what I'm saying?
Make sure in the DM send me all the links you want me to include in the video, so that way they can go and support. I want one too.
All right, then, cool. No doubt. We may have to figure something out for you, man.
Right on, man. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna let you go, man. Thank you so much for talking to me, and we'll be in touch because we're gonna speak that biopic is gonna happen.
Yo, we ain't gonna say if. When it happens, we're gonna speak, bro. When it
right
happens,
on,
you know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. And I'm gonna see some music, man. I see some MP3s, man. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait, man. Can't wait.
I got you real soon, ASAP. As soon as I get a chance to get it to you, I got it.
Okay. Take it easy, man. We'll be in touch.
All right, man. Send me your email and inbox me your email.
Ladies, treat Gianni. All natural herbs for a fresher, tighter, cleaner, healthier Yanni. This is the Yanni bowl. Here are the herbs. These are natural herbs. You know, a little steamy down there, but you know, it's perks to it. Keep everything right and tight. I'm going to Yanni steam. If you haven't heard about it, definitely got to research it. It has wonderful, wonderful benefits. So ladies, try her out.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.